Okay, guys, it's time to figure out who is getting through. Will we have a tiebreaker? This is the last set of regular scheduled matches. Are you ready, Caldor?
Yeah, I'm kind of ready. I'm a little bit worried that at some point being on camera talking about it and at the same time trying to figure everything out, I will lose track of the scores. But I actually sat down with the TSL coach just a few minutes ago and we were trying to figure out what exactly happens. He actually thought that if a specific scenario occurs, HyuN would automatically advance, and I had to deliver the sad news that even this is not the case, that there are so many different tiebreakers that we could have. We could actually have a tiebreaker that also includes Boom Boom, depending on how the last map of the day is going to end between Alive and Boom Boom if we need it. So yeah, there's a lot of different scenarios. HyuN can advance if he loses, he can advance if he wins, he's definitely through.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are a lot of variables that have to be considered here. The map is going to be Antigua Shipyard, JYP against HyuN. HyuN really likes to go for a massive roach drop on this map.
Yes.
And I feel like JYP knows this.
He has found himself not in Code S because of forgetting that drop research before.
Yeah.
So hopefully he either just doesn't do it or he remembers to drop in this matchup on this map. I would not put it past JYP to do a Void Ray build on this map.
The game where he forgot the drop upgrade was actually on Entombed Valley, not on Antigua Shipyard, but he used the strategy on Antigua Shipyard against Mana, lost the game. So we'll see how it works out this time. For Protoss, this is a tough map. We are going to talk about it in just a few seconds. The game is loading in Antigua Shipyard. This is the last game for JYP and HyuN today if there is no tiebreaker. So let's find out who's going to take it. Everything is on the line. Everything.
And by that he means Code S spots and Code A spots. They're hanging on that line. Will the line be cut? Let's find out. The GSL Up&Down matches for Code S Season 5 2012. Cast by Caldor and Wolf.
Starting to the bottom of the map, we have the Evil Genius Protoss player. He still has a shot at Code S. He is.
Yeeji, JYP, Lady Core.
And he's up against a Zerg, of course, but first of all, we're getting a shot of the Panda Protoss. There he is, and let's find out what his opponent is going to do. Starting to the top of the map, we have in teal the Zerg player for TSL. He is called
TSL HyuN.
The most important thing here for HyuN is if he wins, he's gonna take Code S spot, and he has the balls of steel. He is not afraid to put them on the table. He's going for the 10 pool.
Yeah. I hope that table is really far away from me, but I think that with the Forge first here, JYP should be fine.
You know, he walls at the front. That's a bit of a problem. The question is, how does he react? Usually what you need to build the pylon in your main base, and then you just try to get the cannon there in time. You will lose the low ground though.
He's gone up to 14 drones. The third larva will pop at the same time as the pool. He can drop all 6 lings at once.
Oh god, Wolf.
This is stressful.
I'm too old for this shit.
They're actually, did you see A Beautiful Mind? Where you have
Yeah,
Nash?
of course.
I actually just imagine you, like, when you get older, you like start to like lose your memories and stuff. You're like in a basement somewhere, and you're just like talking to yourself. You're like, well, if he wins, then maybe we have a 3-way tie here. And they're like, wait, no, hold on a second. You have this like big whiteboard with all these scoreboards and stuff. You're just like writing all over. You're like,
Lethal Weapon, the good old Murphy. Every single time he's like, guys, I'm too old for this shit. That's how I feel right now. No, Murtok, sorry, not Murphy. Well, here we go, guys, and he's actually trying to wall, he's trying to build the cannon on the low ground, which is really risky here. If HyuN just runs by, he will lose a ling or two.
He will be fine. He moves his probe away, though.
He waits, and now he's gonna circumvent, loses 1 ling, loses a second. No, he doesn't lose the second ling. He doesn't lose it. He has 5 lings in there. He has 5 lings, and this is the best case scenario for him. JYP, you are in trouble, and you better defend well. This is your Code S spot. It's on the line right now. If you lose, It's over for you. You are in Code A. You need to win this game. And HyuN, he needs to do damage now. He needs to be so careful with those Earthlings.
Yeah, he's so far so careful. He's forcing a lot of lost mining time. JYP needs to drop his core, but his gateway is not done yet. I'm a little bit surprised he had that probe nearby, but he didn't keep it there when he knew it was a 10 pool.
Triple base for HyuN and JYP. He chrono boosts his Zealot now. Catching a few Zerglings, not quite just yet, but he didn't lose a lot. The Harvester count is right now 21 to 16. JYP is playing this very, very careful and very good.
Yeah, and HyuN is not, he's only been able to take out one probe. That's it. Nothing else.
That is such a great performance here by JYP. Such micro. This is really well defended. Against 5 Zerglings, respect.
Well, he will get this one.
Yeah, finally getting one of them. But still, that is very good what JYP is showcasing here. This is a great amount of micro.
HyuN, though, keeping his Lings alive still. All of them. Oh, for a little bit longer. Could have been better there. But, anyways, he's now cleaned up. The hatch is up, though. And, you know, he's still persistent with these Lings. Finally, the last ones fall. And HyuN, I think, he had this very aggressive opening, but he wasn't really able to do too much because JYP he pulled his probes in all the right ways at all the right times.
Yeah, he definitely did. This core is now building, and currently HyuN, of course, wants to get ahead in economy. He's currently at 32 harvesters. He's just droning up like crazy. This one Zealot is not going to kill anything, but he has the scouting information that he needs. And JYP is now faced with a decision if he wants to go for a 2-waste timing attack or take his 3rd base. He can definitely try to go for the robotics here and go for the immortal push, which is usually the attack that he's doing. But no, he's actually going for a Stargate.
This is what I felt he would do on this map. Now, how he does this is still up to him. Will we see +1 right now? He has enough gas. His mineral's about to hit 100, and he does not. He actually starts a Twilight Council.
This is going to be such a cool game.
This is a really weird strategy, but there's a few things he can do. For example, using the Phoenixes to get vision into the main base for Blink Stalkers or DTs. Let's see what he has planned with that Shrine. Now goes down the Roach Warren and the Lair Tech. So far, no knowledge for HyuN about what JYP is doing. He could do hide the Phoenixes, he could show it. It's all about the Twilight Council here. What is it for? What does it mean?
This is just going to be crazy. I really love this. This is so far away from what we usually see on this map. And JYP has so many builds that he uses in order to pull off weird stuff. I mean, this was the guy who actually executed this one build that we saw in Metropolis, where he used the Phoenix opening to get rid of the Overlords and then just used those force fields on the ramp. It was similar to Ace, who just comes up with strategies like the Blink Stalkers that achieve the same thing. And here's the Dark Shrine. Definitely not what I expected. You know, but that can be game-winning.
How effective is this going to be? Let's talk about the different outcomes, because the Lair is done, so he's going to have an Overseer. Also, what do you want against Phoenixes if your opponent's going for a heavy Phoenix? You want Spore Crawlers. So he finds the first Overseer, forced to cancel on it, but there's an Infestation Pit coming up now.
Oh my god, not again.
I think we're going to be fine here.
Yeah, it looks like it.
But he wants to make sure he can deny the information about the Dark Shrine. Will he be able to get a pylon up? There's no creep to the right side of HyuN's base. He doesn't have anything to spot for pylons that make over there.
Spore Crawlers. Spore Crawlers, yeah, because of the Phoenix.
Exactly, and this is why this build is kind of strange.
Yeah, you go for the DTs, and at the same time you force your opponent to get Spore Crawlers anyway, so he might just try to get the Archons out?
When this doesn't work, you obviously will get the Archons out, and even the Infestors are going to be useful against DTs, though. Let's see what he's got planned. He doesn't start +2. He's saving all his gas for those DTs, and...
oh my god.
He needs to flip up that Changeling. Oh, he gets it, and he gets the Overseer he doesn't see.
I cannot believe that he didn't see that.
That was close. Now the pylon's in position. If he can get the Tails DTs that killed Nesty and Team League, man, he may be able to target down that Lair fast enough.
If he has the high ground vision and warps in the DTs, especially with HyuN now even being supply blocked, that would be just brutal. My god.
He needs like 5 DTs, and here we go.
Oh, there they are. 4 of them. 4 DTs in the main base.
And he doesn't know.
He has
His
no idea.
roaches are totally out of position here.
The queens are heading back. The queens are heading back right now. They could use transfuses. And there are... Oh my god, he's blocking every single DT here. He's trying to attack them with the drones, but so many of them are being killed. Where are the roaches? He needs units in
And
there.
he's killing
It's
the
a
overseers.
massacre.
He needs
Everything
to-
is gone.
He needs the overseer, and he's got 2 of them out now. He's targeting them down, but it looks like the DTs may escape. He's got 1 left. The overseer dies, but the DT is still are still gone. He needs to warp it more if he wants to make something work with this.
He needs to get another one, yes, and here come the first infestors. Currently the worker count is 51 against 55 in favor of JYP. Here come the sentries. He could block the ramp, but at this point he's just using his graviton beam to lift those queens. There is nothing to contest those phoenixes. He has to wait for the infestors. Here come the roaches. They can at least take the ground units down. He needs another overseer though.
I don't quite follow why he got those sentries, but he's killing a lot of queens here. The thing is, he's lost so many more resources, I feel, than he's actually gained with the damage done here. He is way up in Harvesters, but he doesn't really have an army. The Phoenixes will be demolished.
There is no follow-up for him that he can just send in there and take advantage of the situation that he's in. And with all the lava that HyuN has, he can just try to rebuild his drone count. He's now looking at 48 against 62. He decides to go for Zerglings. I feel he's afraid that there might be another attack coming his way.
This Overlord does block the 3rd base. That's highly annoying for JYP right now. He wants to fall back and take a base. Look at how many minerals he has. He has 1,200 resources.
The army supply for HyuN is 71 against 34. He can move out here with the infestors that he has. This is really looking grim for JYP, even though this was not scouted by HyuN. And he did a lot of damage. Took down Overlords, took down so many Harvesters. How many drones did he kill? 22. It's still looking good for HyuN.
A really cool strategy. The Phoenix has multiple purposes: to get the DTs into the main, to kill Overseers, to kill Overlords. This strategy is actually really cool, but in the end, it just didn't quite do enough damage, I feel, because now HyuN has just been able to remake his drones because he has so much larva with the larva mechanic. He delayed the 3rd base of JYP for so long. Now he's got so many infestors he can make with the pathogen glands upgrade. He's got 6 infestors out already.
Yes, also these phoenixes are just hunting overlords everywhere. It's so difficult for HyuN to have overseers in his opponent's base to scout what's going on. He does not have those information. So this is just crazy. This game is really sick. We have now Spire coming up, +1/+1. HyuN not deciding to be overly aggressive here, but now he's droning up again. Whereas JYP gets the War Prism, he just tries to find another way of pressuring the Zerg player.
Yeah, and he's, with the Colossi coming out, that's exactly why HyuN has his Spire almost finished. He's going to get Corruptors. Corruptors will also help against the Phoenixes. JYP is trying to find more Overlords right now. He's actually literally cleaned up every single one. There's not a single one on the map right now, but he's still looking. And he will see the hatchery in the middle of the map as well. With, actually, he doesn't have a Watchtower. He only has a Phoenix on top of the Watchtower. That's
4th base being built by HyuN. Still a 30 supply lead for him, and his Spire is now completed. He can go for a few Corruptors here. 3rd base for JYP is not ready just yet. And HyuN starts with a +1 attack upgrade for his air units immediately. He has, of course, now Pathogen Glands. It's one of the upgrades that he started a little bit later. But there are no Overlords thanks to the Phoenixes that could spot this War Prism.
The Zealot drop in the main could be annoying. He has charge. He's going to be able to rip through any structure he chooses with a good warp in. And how many Zealots will he warp in here? He actually decides to warp in 4. Goes straight for the Queens. If he targets down the Spore Caller, he may be able to do some damage with DTs in the future as well.
HyuN immediately evacuates the drones and comes in with the rest of his units. The Zerglings trying to defend here. The Spore is dying. But
he's got Overseers.
He has Overseers, indeed.
And instead of just warping in DTs in the main, he's going to drop 3 Zealots on top of this hatchery.
HyuN is a bit, I don't know, he always sends his entire army to defend this, and it's just always a bit out of position because of it.
He's not splitting. Look at this Phoenix split. It's excellent.
Infestors.
Infestors are a little bit vulnerable. He does save them. DT's in the main again, and the Overseers were killed. This is just very annoying, abusive play by JYP, and I'm loving it, man. This is great. He's got 1 DT hit, and he's going to start targeting down Infestors, it looks like.
Well, the fungal.
2 shots for an Infestor, 1 fungal hits.
Yeah, the fungal hits, but there's another DT to the right side of the map, and I'm not quite sure if he saw it.
The hatchery in the middle of the map goes down to those Zealots as well. JYP continuing to be annoying with his Phoenixes right now.
HyuN is not really falling apart here, but he's struggling. He's still ahead in overall supply, and JYP has a nice bank with minerals, but he's lacking gas. The problem for HyuN really is that he's not able to catch up with this aggression of JYP. JYP is everywhere. Main base, 4th base, at the 3rd base, trying to attack the natural.
There are 100 Lings on the map, but there are enough Colossi to deal with those. The Corruptor count is, though, up at 8 here. The Phoenixes are going to help out with that. This is going to be a deciding battle, very likely, in this game. But JYP way up in workers right now. Tries to get into position. The Force Fields are decent. The Colossi doing a lot of damage. The Phoenix is going to actually pick up the Infestors.
The Fungals are good, and here are all those Corruptors taking on the first Colossus. The second one is about to fall. The Phoenixes, they will be able to help, but there are just way too many Corruptors.
There's too much energy on the Infestors as well.
JYP is dropping in supply. He's down to 80, and he's losing more. The rest of the army for HyuN is just moving in right now, and he's reinforcing with Zerglings. He still has, he has 13, but the Infested Terrans do a lot of damage. There are roaches alive. A desperate warp in by JYP, who is still 30 supply down, but he hasn't lost this game just yet.
Yeah, he has not. He's got the cannons. He's holding here a little bit longer. More Zealots come in to buy time. Those Infested Terrans are going to eventually time out here. And JYP is desperate. Can he hold this Nexus? Another cannon finishes.
He's trying to. HyuN follows it up with more Zerglings. The army supply now is 17 for JYP and 80 for HyuN. It looks like HyuN has done it.
I think so.
Just claimed his Codes spot.
He may have the Zealots take out those Infested Terrans. He's trying to get the Stalkers into position. Where are the Colossi? It looks like they're all dead. I can't find any.
There are none left, Wolf. Only the Roaches and the Lings. They are fighting against Stalkers and Zealots. This is such a desperate battle. 130 supply against 90 against 100. JYP warping in round after round after round. Resources lost. I don't want to say pretty similar, but JYP is getting
JYP has help.
And he has help.
I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. He pushes it back. The Infestors are out of energy. They couldn't fight. They were supporting us. The Corruptor's not useful either. The Greater Spire is on its way, but the worker count is still in favor of JYP, 67 to 55. And I have to say, the Greater Spire seems a little bit overzealous right now, as HyuN is running out of minerals. He doesn't have the drone count to really support making Broodlords. If he loses his army one time, he's going to really wish he hadn't chosen that. Another drop will occur in the main base with Zealots.
But HyuN just built another 8 Infestors. The bane of every Protoss player.
Colossi coming out here as well. He's making another one. +3 is out for the Protoss units, whereas HyuN, though, is about to be on 2-2. And JYP only has the +1 armor, so I guess you could call those upgrades even.
This is just so intense. Army supply. 100 against 54 in favor of HyuN, who's moving out. The Greater Spire. Guys, it is nearly done. He can actually morph those Broodlords right at his opponent's doorstep if he wants to. He takes the 4th base, does not see the Warp Prism. He doesn't see it.
He's just 1-ing his units time and time again. Will he get the Infestation Pit? That's what he wants. And he's targeting it. No Warp-ins. Actually, he doesn't. Decides not to target it. He goes for the Spore Crawler instead.
Bye Warp Prism though.
Later.
Warp Prism is gone. That was important.
Yeah,
taking the Warp Prism down.
But HyuN is not able to be aggressive. He has so many Infestors on the map now, up to 14. But he's got to deal with the Colossi still. If he makes Broodlords, then he's not going to have Corruptors to deal with the Colossi. But look at his bank, how he's built it up here.
He's going for the Broodlords. He's 8. There they are.
All 8 Corruptors into Broodlords, so no answer for the Colossi.
He builds Corruptors now, though, but he has to stall this engagement a little bit.
Oh, this is going to be scary. You can't lose these Infestors right now.
Oh, God. He cannot fight here. That's too soon. The Observer is going to see what's happening, though. But it's a little bit too late.
Yeah, how is he going to deal with the Broodlords when they're done? He doesn't have any tech in place to deal with those.
He has to rely on the Blink Stalkers. That's the only thing that he has. He needs to get a perfect Blink. But against this many Infestors,
I don't think he can. I think he's waited too long, and now HyuN may have what he needs.
Oh, God.
These roaches, though.
There we go.
He's not blinking forward because with the Observer, he sees everything. He knows how to engage this. He's going to try to go around.
Waits for the Corruptors. He waits for the Corruptors. But yes, JYP trying to circumvent this army. He wants to go for a base trade here, doesn't he? And I feel this might be a mistake. JYP is just at his doorstep way too soon, but he decided, sorry, HyuN is, but he's going to move around that. He can blink into the main base.
And he will. The Colossi can just walk in. The sentries will be left behind, but he doesn't care too much about those.
God.
The Corruptors are way out of position.
Oh my god.
HyuN, in typical HyuN fashion, actually just sends his entire army on attack command here to the main base, and this is exactly what JYP needs. He's going to be able to blink right out again.
But on the low ground, we
The
have...
Brood Lords are exposed!
Where
the
are
Brood
the
Lords are
infestors?
exposed!
Doesn't matter, he doesn't see it. He doesn't see the other Fungals. There are the Fungals. Now he is back into a corner. He blinks in. A nice burrow by HyuN. Follows all the infestors.
He's trying to get in.
Uses the entangle.
I don't think he has enough stalkers. I don't think there's enough here.
That's it.
He's done it. I feel like there's no way for JYP to transition now. He lost everything there.
That has to be it. That has to be
GG.
GG. HyuN is in Code S. JYP is in Code A. Oh my god.
What an insane game we just saw.
What a game.
You know, not always with the best defenses, but JYP with a very aggressive user style. I feel like maybe he's stuck with it a little bit too long. He wanted to keep using those Phoenixes and DTs, but he didn't transition as fluidly as he could have. What a game we just saw. That was absolutely amazing.
They definitely know how to put on a show.
And, you know,
my god.
if JYP had not stuck around in the main base as long as he did, if he had blinked out before the infestors got there, maybe he could have taken that fight, but he did not. And that is why he is now in Code A. What a game.
Yeah. That was crazy. That was really, really crazy.
It's time for MMA versus Hack.
Yep, MMA versus Hack. And this game could decide everything. Let me have a quick look. I'm just looking for once. Okay, if MMA wins this, he's in Code S. Yeah. If MMA wins, he is in Code S. If Hack wins, he has to wait and see how Boom Boom is doing. That's what's going to happen here. So if MMA wins, because he was able to win against Boom Boom, it doesn't matter how Boom Boom is doing against Alive. MMA wins the game, he is in Code S. Yeah. If Hack wins the game, he still has to wait for the score between Alive and Boom Boom.
And then if Boom Boom wins against Alive, they are tied and they have to play against each other. Is that correct? Or no. Okay, if Boom Boom wins, he gets through.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if Boom Boom loses, then Hack just gets it. Okay.
Yeah.
But only if he beats MMA first. On Cloud Kingdom is the map.
Exactly. So right now, once again, to just sum that up, HyuN is in Code S. MMA versus Hack is going to be played now. If MMA wins the match, then MMA has the second Code S spot. If Hack wins the match, he has to wait for the result of Boom Boom and Alive. If Boom Boom wins against Alive, they are tied, but because Boom Boom won against Hack, Boom Boom would advance. If
So
Alive
there's no
wins,
tiebreakers.
no, there's not going to be a tiebreaker today.
This could decide everything here if MMA takes the win. MMA, a very popular player with the fans. A lot of controversy surrounding this player right now. Can he take this win and get into Code S wearing that Slayer's uniform? We'll find out right now. This is the Up and Down matches for GSL Season 5 of 2012, cast by Powder and Wolf.